Hey there everybody, Johnny T here, and today we're going to replace the battery in this Invicta Lupah diamond pave with diamond border watch. This is a watch with a Swiss movement. It's probably 3/16 stainless steel, I think. Got a big old crown. Pave, so diamond pave essentially just means that there's just rows and rows and rows of diamonds on the face. And yeah, this is a watch that could really catch somebody's eye. Any kind of watch with diamonds in it are worth decent amounts of money. This is also a sapphire crystal, and it's otherwise just a two-hander. So pretty simple. Setting these watches is always a little tricky. I usually just wait till it's whatever time it is at a 15-minute increment. So if it's at like 12:15, I could set it perfectly. Or if it's like 3:45 or something like that, that tends to set easier for me. But yeah, there's not much else to talk about it. This is a woman's watch. It's a thick watch, pretty durable. This one's been used quite a bit. Several scratches on it, and there is more information on the case back. So we don't necessarily have to remove the bracelet to service this, but I think I'm gonna do that anyways. These Invicta watches can be very, getting these bracelets back on can be extremely difficult, but I'll try my luck on this one. I guess it could be hard to get off sometimes too, huh? There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna have the one side off, and now we can take a look. It's a dual deploy, just stainless. Just leave that clasped up. Okay, so here's what we're here's what we're working with. Invicta diamond, Swiss movement, all stainless steel, 100 meters of water resistance, model 2823, is that right? Yeah. And then Invicta has the patent on the Lupah, and the patent number is 0494471. It's got some gunk on there. I should probably clean this up really quick with an alcohol wipe. Otherwise, it's got 4 screws. We'll talk about what screw we're going to use in a second. Screwdriver. I just woke up, so I'm not firing in all cylinders yet. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm going to keep stuttering and saying stupid things. It's kind of part of life, isn't it? I haven't had my coffee yet. Coffee maker's going. I got a Gaggia Classic. Gonna make myself a double shot of espresso after I'm done with this watch, and then move on to the next one, probably. Okay, so I just wanted to clean up the case back because it had a bunch of crud in it. That looks pretty good now, doesn't it? Very pretty. Okay, let's get on with the or you know what, I should probably leave my camera up here, huh, because I don't want to get hit with or the screwdriver because sometimes get in the way. So looking at it, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be maybe a 1.8 size 1.8. This is a yellow band screwdriver. Let's try that out first. See how that feels. You know what? It might be that might be perfect, actually. It's my alarm, sorry. But yeah, a 1.8 it is. So we just got our 4 screws each corner, and we're just gonna, ooh boy, caffeine withdrawal, you guys. It's serious. Okay, so I just slipped because the Lupah is doing this. I gotta get better at that. I don't want. I mean, this watch is heavily used and very scratched, but I really don't want to put more wear on it. So, the watch is gonna want to teeter totter on you because of the size or because of the shape of the crystal. It's it really wants to do this. So, putting a lot of pressure on one side, you're gonna slip. So definitely hold the watch in place with your other hand and do a good job. Don't be a silly Billy like me. Damage you or your customer's watch or whoever you're working on. Whoever you're working on it for. Your wife, family, doesn't matter. Yeah, this is interesting because like because the watch doesn't want to lay flat, the screwdriver tip keeps sliding. It keeps sliding one direction because everything's not level. Which is pretty funny. Tricky. So there's a bunch of dead skin cells and stuff in these screws, so this watch hasn't been opened in a bit. But now that I've got the 4 screws out, it should be pretty simple. I think I want to maybe do it this way, perhaps. So let's take a look and see what we're working with. So the case says Invicta Watch Corporation. Does have a little gasket on there. I wonder if this gasket's what it says. Water resistance 100 meters, right? I'm gonna re-grease it at least. Seems okay though, but I will be re-greasing it. Oof. Is it recessed in there? How do I get this out without damaging it? There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna re-grease this, I think. I'm also going to use the rest of this alcohol wipe, and I'm just gonna, cause you can see some dirt. I'm gonna move the movement away a bit, but I just want to clean up some of this gunk. Yeah, get my blower. Pull the dirt out of there, and I'm going to go ahead and just clean off the gasket a bit. I'm going to run it through the greaser, so you just stick it in like so, and then get that grease distributed evenly, or as evenly as you can. I usually like to take it back out and then flip it over and do it again. Just kind of make sure we get as much as we can. Alright. Should be pretty well greased now. So go ahead and just put this back on. Oop. Alright, cool. I think once we screw this back down, it should be good to go. Yeah, okay, so good with that. Okay, now to move on with the battery replacement. So, we do have some crud and stuff. So I'm gonna wrap my pusher tool with this alcohol wipe, and then I'm just gonna run it through really quick. And that seems to have picked up quite a bit of stuff. Some debris did fall into the watch. I'm going to have to blow it out, but I'm going to do that one more time and flip it over to a clean side. I'm just kind of cleaning where the right before where the gasket would be. Okay, and as we can see, there's a bunch of stuff in here now. I'm going to blow this off camera. And that looks a bit better. Much cleaner. There's a lot of gunk over here, but that stuff, sometimes it's really difficult to get out. Okay, so what are we working with here? It's a Ronda movement of some kind. Ronda 4 Jewel Swiss. So where does Ronda usually keep their movement number? I'm not sure about this one. I don't think I've ever seen this Ronda actually. I'm going to have to research it. I'll throw it up in the watch or in the title. But for now, I don't know what movement this is. So I'm going to try and use the same 1.8 screwdriver. That's not going to work. So let's go with something like a 1.4. So I think this 1.4, which is this kind of gray band, probably is going to work better for the actual. So we got a screw here. We just want to loosen it up and then turn this tab or battery holder over. We don't want to completely. Is this working? Nope, this screwdriver is too big as well. So let's go to a 1.2 now. Hopefully that's... So 1.2 is the red band. Let's try that out. That seems to do it. Good. Okay. So back this up a bit more, but not completely off. Just scoot that over, and we now have the battery exposed. So our spring tension's over here, and I think I can probably just hit the battery from down here, maybe. Yep, there we go. It's corroded. That's not a good sign. Do not like that, but yeah, it's got some corrosion on there. Not a deal breaker, but you don't want to see that. It means this battery's been in here for way too long. It is a Ronda 364. Go ahead and grab one of those right now. It's one of these guys. Just cleaning the back of the battery up. Sometimes some of the packaging will get stuck on it. Okay, but first I have to blow the all this corrosive debris out. Make sure that's nice and clean. So the battery, usually when you see a lot of corrosion, what you're looking for is some discoloration and damage to the battery terminal. Looks fine. I'm about to sneeze maybe. I don't know. So let's just put our battery in now. Be sure and use plastic tweezers. Do not use metal tweezers for this. You will short your battery. Just like to pinch the corner of the battery there, and then there it goes. You want to pinch the corner and push down. Okay, let's get our contact back in place now. And let's screw it down. See if we have a working watch. Be nice if it did. So the contact's gonna move with you because you're screwing the screw. You just want to move that back. Try and get it as centered as you can. It might move again like it just did to me. Let's move it back towards the center where it's supposed to be, and then continue on until screwed. And that looks pretty good. I think that's probably fine. And I think that's pretty well screwed down now. Yep. Okay. Moment of truth. Okay, so this watch is a two-hander, so it's kind of hard. I'm gonna put the case back on for a moment. Let's see. So I'm just gonna put this on for a second, and then I'm gonna turn it to. I'm gonna have both hands set at 12, and we'll see if one of these moves in a second. So with both hands set exactly on top of each other, if the watch is running, that minutes hand should move a little bit. So let's go ahead and get these screws back in while we're letting it run. Oop, I got some grease on my brass tweezers. That's making my screws stick. We want to get our 1.8 back. So let's grab that. Okay, you don't want to screw that down all the way yet. And usually you want to go across when you're putting something with four corners. It's kind of like you know, working on the tire on your car, because it evenly distributes the pressure. So crisscross, crisscross should make for a better tightening experience. And because I used alcohol wipes, I'm gonna probably actually disassemble this now I think about it and let it air out. So maybe I shouldn't screw this down all the way yet, but yep, it seems to be running. You can see it's running because the minutes hand is actually moved away. So but yeah, I'm actually gonna hold off on putting these screws back in. I'm going to open the case back up and let it air out, because I did put an alcohol wipe in there earlier, and I just don't want any moisture to get trapped in and cause some issues. So I'm going to get dimensions, call it a video, and then I'm going to leave this the band off, obviously, for now. But let's do dimensions. So, yep, that move. Oh man, I can't talk today. That minutes hand is moving quite nicely. Okay, so dimensions. We got a 28, call it 29 millimeter case size, including the crown. We're looking at 32.5. The lug to lug is 38 millimeter. The thickness is 13.6. Pretty dirty right there. And then the lug width is 16 millimeter. There you go. Very cool. These watches are pretty nice. So what is a watch like this worth on the used market? Believe it or not, probably around $500. And I know a lot of people think Invicta use fake diamonds and stuff like that. I do have a diamond tester. I don't actually have it on me right now. I don't know. I'm not sure where it is, but I've tested the diamonds on Invicta watches, and they are real. They come back as being real. So I think it'd be false advertising if they didn't use real diamonds, right? And people do buy these watches, like the diamonds are real. So this watch is probably about $500. If it was a man's watch, maybe $800 to $1,200, perhaps. But yeah, women's pave Lupah, yeah, probably around $500. Okay, well, thanks so much for watching. If I helped you fix your Invicta Lupah diamond watch, please subscribe. If it was interesting, like it, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.